Hi guys, welcome back to part 2. Before I continue with one more thing I want to show you, and a couple things I want to talk about, and the giveaway, I want to show you guys what I've bought recently. So I took a trip to Hobby Lobby and AC Moore because I was searching for a giveaway gift, and I picked up a few things for myself. I needed more silver embossing powder. And I don't know what you guys use for masking, but I have found that full stick Post-its, they're not large, but most of the stuff I stamp isn't very large. So I still have my Inka Do masking paper, but I just picked up more full stick Post-its. So I went to Office Max because nothing else near me, Walgreens, Walmart, none of them had the full stick Post-its like they did at the beginning of the school year. So I got a 6-pack for $6.50, I think, which I don't think is bad. I think they're well worth it. They stick well. You guys should give them a try if you haven't already. So I got my Post-its. And then I found this at Hobby Lobby, and which was funny because like I talked about in the last video, I started my alcohol ink ideas to plan out a video for you guys, which is a little bit harder for me to do because I can't edit yet, but I'm almost there. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm down to 400 pictures on my phone. So just another month and a half, and I'll have all those pictures off and I'll be able to edit on my iPad when I transfer. Anyway, and I happened to see this at Hobby Lobby after I saw it in one of the collaboration videos that Justine Hovey has with, she's done them with a couple people now. I don't remember who used it, but I had never seen it before, and they were using it for foiling. So I wanted to try it. So this will be in an upcoming video. But I also wanted to get some type of straight-edged, firmer spatula to put it on with, because I've noticed with my glimmer pastes, these little funky palette knives I have, these flimsy ones, they don't work right. They scrape off too much. They don't leave enough on. So I bought this one at AC Moore for $4.50, and we'll see how this works. I will let you guys know. Well, actually, you'll probably see it in the video. So moving on, I picked up 2 more sets of alcohol inks for myself. We have Botanical, Honeycomb, and Poppy Field, which we will be using in a minute. And we will also be using my 3rd set of alcohol pearl inks, Alchemy, Splendor, and Deception. I think I'm only missing 1 set of the alcohol pearl inks now, and it's the one with the purple, the Villainous. But I checked Hobby Lobby twice. I should have got it that first time, guys. That's the only time I saw it there. So now I'm waiting for them to restock it. So let's see. Embossing powder, Post-its, transfer gel, spatula, my new alcohol inks. I also picked up 3 more Copic markers. I got BG23, which is Coral Sea, BG32, which is Aqua Mint, and W7, warm gray number 7. And last but not least, I really loved the Hero Arts kit, guys. I really did. I thought it was beautiful. My only problem with it was, and trust me, it's not just that I want to branch out, because I do love my kits. You get good value for the money you pay, but I couldn't see myself making 10 cards out of those same dies. You know, unless you're buying add-ons, you're very limited with that kit to what you can do. At least that's how I felt. I also felt like once I made the 10 cards for you guys, I would probably never pull those out again. So I placed an order with MFT on Monday, and it's already here. So this was my free with 60. Dynamics. It says to, from, and for you. And I think this was meant to go with the treat bags that they came out with, which I didn't order. But I'm sure I could find some other things to use it for. I mean, hey, it was free, right? And then I picked up this cute little girl, Sweet Friends, and she's got a little bunny watching her, and she's sitting on a swing. A couple little extra flowers there, and it has sentiments like "You make me happy." A perfect day is one you share with a friend. You're not alone. Hi, sweet friend. And then I picked up the Perfect Friends. All these cute little kittens, cats, a couple of ducks, a butterfly, a kite. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. The cat's out of the bag. I love you. You make every day perfect. I look up to you. I know it sounds like I'm trying to hurry, but I'm trying to make sure I have enough time to do this technique I want to show you. And then I picked up the painted petals. I really thought this one was beautiful. A lot of the examples, the cards that the design team put up were also really pretty. Excuse me. So it's got all these different petals and flowers, and some of them you can layer on top of others. Another one. I've been into flowers lately. I don't know if you guys can tell. And last but not least, this was the exception. Remember I told you guys I have my brother Scan and Cut now, and the only thing I really need to buy is certain sentiment dies and dies like this. So I picked up that interactive swing die. I am so excited to try this because not only can I use it on her, I can make a swing for anything I want to swing on a card. I thought that'd be really cute to make birthday cards out of for little kids. And yeah, I'm getting over being sick. I think I mentioned that in the last video. So my throat's a little dry. Bear with me as I have something to drink. And then, of course, last but not least is the giveaway items, but you guys won't see those till the end. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So while I'm getting set up here, there's a couple things I want to talk about. So, those of you who follow me on Instagram may have noticed a picture of my emerald green Nuvo glimmer paste. And I decided, I don't know what made me think about it. I forgot about it, and then I saw it in my cabinet. I don't know why I didn't throw it away when I opened it and it was dried out. But I saw it yesterday, so I decided to email them. They emailed me promptly back this morning and said something about the cover on the inside being chipboard instead of before they switched over to foam inserts, and the chipboard was drying out the glimmer paste. So I'm pretty sure they're going to send me a brand new emerald green. She also told me to check my other ones, and she was right, my blue topaz was also dried out. So they're more than willing to replace it. If you guys were having problems, just go to the Tonic website and email their customer service if you have an issue. I had no problem with somebody getting back to me right away. So what I'm going to show you guys is basically, we're just going to do another pour, maybe two. Better grab another piece of poster board. And by the way, I'll probably be using Dollar Tree poster board from here on when I work with alcohol inks, unless there's like a special technique I want to do with Yupo. I want to show you the foiling when you're foiling on alcohol ink and how it's hit or miss, and my cheat. I have a little cheat when it doesn't work out for me. So while I shake these up, let's talk about Delaware. I think I put it in one of the messages down below, either my last video or the video before that, but I didn't talk about it. I'm going to Delaware, not this coming weekend, but the weekend of the 14th for the Neat and Tangled stencil class. And you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy because, yes, it's another, let's see, Maryland was 6.5 hours, Savage, Maryland, when I went to the On the Make event. And Delaware is 6 hours and 45 minutes from me. But my fiance is going hunting in May, and that's a quite expensive trip. So I was like, hey, can I go to this stencil class and stay the weekend? And he said, yes, so I'm going. So I'm going to get to hang out with Marion Korn again and meet the owner of Neat and Tangled. I'm very excited. And it's a very much needed me break lately. Also, sorry guys, I had so much I've been forgetting lately when I do my videos of what I want to talk to you guys about. So I made a little list this time so I wouldn't forget anything. So that's just me hesitating, reading, and crossing it off to make sure I tell you guys all the good stuff I wanted to tell you. I'm saying a lot too because I'm very tired. It's been a very busy week. I've wanted to do these 2 videos because I knew I was going to have to do 2. After that first glimmer of disappointment when I didn't do it the night I should have. And then the very next day people started putting out all their alcohol ink videos and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I had a brief moment where I was like, I don't want to do this now. People are going to think I'm copying, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I've refrained from way too many videos just because somebody beat me to it, and I'm not going to do that anymore. So, but I was waiting because the kids were up. Jax would wake up. The dog was barking. Dan's on second shift. My fiance's on second shift, 3 to 11 this week. So he's coming home and, you know, gaming instead of going right to sleep. And it just seemed like I had no good opportunity to film because, you know, I can't edit and voiceover yet. So all that stuff interferes with my recording. So I just want to make sure I explained about that. But I have been applying to design teams. I'm just going to do it like we did in the last video. You guys can just follow along. We're just going to make a couple panels. And I applied, the very first one I applied for was Hedgehog Hollow last month. Justine Hovey sent out the email. If you're if you're on their email list, then you probably got the email. And I looked at my kids, my daughters, and I was like, I don't know, you know, am I ready? Should I apply? I don't have a blog yet. You know, I don't have this, I don't have that. I can't edit my videos yet. And the girls were like, just apply, Mom, just apply. So I did. Unfortunately, I did not get picked for Hedgehog Hollow this time around, which, you know, I completely understand. Maybe I didn't have what they were looking for. Maybe I don't have enough experience. Maybe it's because I've never bought their products before because I just started branching out from kits. It could be anything. You know, I get it. And I also know that I'm probably not going to get on, you know, the first few teams that I apply for. But it was fun applying, and it made me want to do it again. So I already filled out. Kindred Stamps just happened to post it on their Instagram, and theirs was quick. Like Hedgehog Hollow, you had like a month, a couple weeks, something like that to fill out the thing and send it in. And Kindred Stamps was like, here, we're posting this. You got like 3 days, but I filled it out. We'll see what happens. Also, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Cardstock Warehouse. Dallin Artie, he designs for them, among other people, and they're having a design team call. So I sent in the application for that. I just haven't, if you don't have a blog, they want to write a writing sample. So like take pictures and write it up the way you would on a blog. So I have to do that still because now I have to take the time to plan a card like I would if I had my own blog started, you know, and set it all up like I would and then send that to them in an email. So I still have to do that. But the first half, the application itself is done. Just drying this out a little. So that's where I'm at right now. Branching out. I do have an order on its way from Catherine Pooler. Just because I really, really wanted that hexagon stamp set. And it just came back in stock today. So I placed an order for the last 2 colors that go in the base party collection. I have Rockin' Red and Orange Twist. And I needed the grass skirt and Fiesta Blue. So I got those. I also got the Sunburst stencil. So that should be coming in a few days. And I would like, did anybody see her whole advertisement and then the final show for her like kind of kit of the month club thing, her surprise Club Cersei or whatever it's called. I think it's Club Cersei. Very cool name. I like it how she put the definition in there. And she showed, it's going to be a surprise. It's not going to be something you see. So kind of like Hedgehog Hollow was doing in the beginning. But she did show this month's to kind of give an example. And I like how she did it because she split it up with, let me just tell you what's going on real quick. So this is how I keep my foil, guys. Anytime I deem something useless for regular foiling on cards, or it gets stuck to something or something like that, I just keep it. I set it in a stack. I've got a whole bunch here. You know, stuff from kits, stuff that I've bought. Like this one I used for stripes on something from an Easter kit a year or two ago. This one I stamped like Christmas letters out of. I keep all these because you can use these on your alcohol inked backgrounds. So I'm just trying to find a color. I'm already going to have to show you guys the cheat because I was talking so much that it already dried out on me. Anyway, so Catherine Pooler has it set up into 2 different types of kits. So there's the kit that you can, the first kit's the basic kit. It's less value for your money. I think it's $26.95. And it's 2 stamp sets. That's what you'll get. 2 stamp sets for that month that coordinate with each other. The deluxe subscription, I think, is $47, $47. I can't remember if it's $57 or $47. And it also comes with the 2 stamp sets and then 2 more things, whatever they think goes with that set for that month. So it could be pattern paper, it could be a die, it could be some sentiment word dies, it could be a stencil, so anything like that. And I'd love to get the deluxe, but I think I'm going to try out with just the basic for now. I do want to try it because the first one that she put out, the Wildflowers, I gotta have it, guys. I just fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. So because it's poster board, it might be dried already because I've been talking your ears off. Just lay it down. I'm sure you all know how to do this. You can do it with your finger. If you don't feel like that's working, you can do it with your bone folder, except I'm not going to use my good one because I'll ruin it. Where's my other bone folder? Guess I am using it because I don't feel like looking for the other one. And then just peel it up. Don't go too fast because you don't want to peel up your alcohol ink. It will stick wherever you have bare spots that don't have foil on them. Just pull gently. And there, you know, it's simple. Now, if you can see this, that's alcohol ink from another project, which I don't mind because I can either go around it, choose not to use it, or just work it into whatever I'm doing. Now let's see if this spot's dry. Alright, yeah, it's like pretty much dry. So this is where I'm going to show you what I usually do. Let me cap these before I knock them over. So if I don't have the time, like sometimes it'll be too wet. That's what all this is. If it's too wet, it kind of just smears your alcohol ink around. Either way, this cheat will fix it. I take my trusty, nifty, favorite tool in the world, 2-way glue pen, and I just come in and I draw some veins, or anything you want, really. It doesn't always go on as veins. If you can see, that kind of has a little horseshoe effect to it. Sometimes I'll follow veins that are already there. And you don't want to put too much glue because it'll take forever to dry. And you want it to dry because remember, with the 2-way glue pen, when it's tacky, or when it dries, it gets tacky. And then the foil will stick. I did notice today that both A.C. Moore and Joann's have the foil quill out now, and I was very tempted to buy it at Joann's, but I wasn't sure if they would let you use a coupon. You know how they are with the like the irons. I bought a really good quilting iron once, but they won't let you use coupons on stuff like irons and sewing machines. So I'm wondering if the foil quill fits into that category. So I'm just adding a little bit in the corner here where it stayed white. Sometimes I follow lines and bubbles that are already there. I want to make sure I give you guys a couple different examples. One second. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even draw a design. Somebody's name. I mean, you could do anything you wanted with this cheat, really. I want to make one thick line somewhere. Maybe we'll have it coming out from the center here where it turned green. And in fact, I think I'm going to use a thicker glue pen. Sorry for shaking you guys there. You do want to be careful, like if you're using Yupo, if you go to just use a two-way glue pen because you don't want to smudge your stuff, be very careful and make sure it's totally dry because you don't want to mess up your glue pen permanently. Alright, so let's let that dry for a minute. I'm going to set it aside while we talk and we'll do another panel. And this one I'm not going to tape down, I'm just going to kind of put it on another, I think this is a piece from an old watercolor pad. Very excited about that Cersei subscription though. I have not ordered it yet though. Also, did you guys notice that Kindred Stamps has a color challenge now? I joined in at day 3, which was yesterday. I had so much going on today that I did not color anything for today, but you know, it's not a you have to color every day type thing. It's a color as much as you can and try to have fun type of thing. So if you go to their Facebook group and request to join, you guys can just leave messages and post your coloring challenges for the day, just like we did, or we do. And just discovering how many people out there actually have like Facebook pages and all that good stuff. Yeah, I didn't realize I was writing down stamp companies and I'm like, all right, let's write down, there's so many stamp companies. Let's write down stamp companies that really have products I've seen and I want to get. Guys, there's like a list of like 20. At that rate, I'll go broke. I mean, I didn't realize how many there actually are. I'm so excited. Game of Thrones last season's coming out. And actually, it premieres the weekend that I'm in Delaware, so I'll be watching Game of Thrones in my hotel room that night. That's one show I don't have to wait for Dan to watch because he doesn't watch it. I've tried to get him to watch it. He just doesn't seem that interested in it. These kind of look like Christmas colors to me, guys. What was I gonna say? Now, Walking Dead, that's something Dan and I watch together religiously every week of every year since it started. Well, the first season I watched by myself on Netflix. I didn't even know that it was like, I don't even think it was as popular as it was now. And I watched it because I was, always looking for something new to watch on Netflix. And I got to the last show of that season. I'm like, man, that's it? That show's pretty cool. And I think it was like 3 days later, Dan happened to be watching TV. And I was like, what are you watching? It sounded familiar to me. He's like, oh, the show with zombies. And I'm like, is that The Walking Dead? Turns out he was watching season 2. So I had just watched season 1 and season 2 was out on TV. So we started watching it together from season 2 on. And when he works, I don't watch it until he's able to watch it with me. It's our thing for Sunday nights. I like using this Distress marker sprayer because sometimes if you can get it to dry quick enough, it leaves cool patterns in your ink. I don't like using a straw because you gotta bend over, you gotta get closer to it, and it always makes me dizzy. Plus with breathing problems, you really don't want to be blowing through a straw right next to the scent of alcohol ink and alcohol blending solution. Just messing around here waiting for that glue to dry on the other one. This isn't going to be much longer. I'm going to blow this. I'm going to show you guys the total amount of cards I made this week while I was waiting to do your video for you. And then we're going to talk about the giveaway. Alright, now this one's a perfect example, if I can get these caps on, of trying to catch it before it totally dries. So I'd love to know in the comments how many of you love to play with alcohol inks. I'm starting to get a little bit better with them familiar-wise. You guys know how I feel. I sometimes feel like they frustrate me because I can't control them. But with Mary's pour technique that I showed you in the last video, which I really love, by the way. I think I like it almost better than this. I just couldn't do it this time because it wasn't taped down. And between that technique and this technique, I mean, I'm getting some much better results. So, I don't want this to dry. Let me go grab the cards and then we'll try the foil. Okay. Alright, so it is tacky, but it's a little too tacky. So I'll show you some cards first. So the cards I made this week while I was planning the video, I was planning to do that video that night that I put out the last video and posting it in the morning, and it didn't happen. And then I started seeing all these posts from other people with the alcohol ink videos. Like I've said many times, you guys have probably heard me say it like 17 times between these two videos. Alright, so I did a lot of alcohol ink backgrounds. You saw them. This was an older one, and I decided to use that. The green, the orange, and the red, oh my god, that's what I just used. The turquoise, the Valencia, and the limeade were all done on glossy cardstock, and I did just a solid panel of each one and cut out a whole bunch of the Cabana tile dies from Catherine Pooler, and then I inlaid them into the card. And if you can see this panel way back when I did it, it's got some gold foiling on it, and there's some gold sequins on there that came from a sequin mix from Simon Says Stamp. Now this awesome die is also Catherine Pooler. I cut it out of black cardstock 3 times, and I put the black on there because the matte was black, and it just looked dull to me. So I put a little bit of the Dragon Scales Dream Drops on it and smoothed it out, kind of wrote with it like you would glossy accents, and I really like it. I like the way this card turned out, although I was very disappointed because I value Riley's opinion very much. And Miss Riley, for the first time ever, did not like a card I made. Well, it wasn't that she didn't like it. She said it was weird. So Riley's firm opinion of this card is that it's weird, just so everybody knows. The second one I really like. Now, you guys probably remember when I did this background. It was just a week or two ago. So I did the same thing. I just kind of splotched it out and blew it around. This is the one where I put the glitter from the glitter duster in. And then I cut out Hello with the Sunny Studio sentiment die I had and inlaid them 3 times and just kind of tilted them to give some design to the card. And it's in pink foiled cardstock and turquoise foiled cardstock. And I put some Ocean Wave crystals from Studio Katia on there. This is cut out with my wonky stitch panel die from Simon Says Stamp, and it's just popped up on foam tape. Black card base. I was trying to do simple alcohol ink cards. This one is one of my favorites. This background is from the Hero Arts Fairy Kit, I think. And I think before, because I see the dandelions in the background that I stamped, but I think it even came from before that. And then I stamped the dandelions with alcohol lift ink. Anyway, I decided to go with the flow, the theme of that alcohol ink panel. It's on Fog cardstock from Simon. And I used the Cabana tile dies again, but I took each piece and they're heat embossed 2 or 3 times each with either gunmetal by Ranger or silver, which is why I needed more silver, because I was already almost out. It's probably the most common color I use at Christmas time. And I really like the way this turned out. The Best Wishes die was one of my free with 60s when I was down there in the shop, the MFT shop. And I really like how big this sentiment die is. That is also cut out 3 times, glued on top of each other. And I was toying with the idea of putting glossy accents on it. I toyed with the idea of putting the black enamel drops on, Nouveau drops, but I decided against it. I decided that it's fine just the way it is. And the last card we have for you right now is this one. I love this card. This is one of the panels I did. I just didn't show you in the last video, but there were 2 alternates that were kind of like it. And it was done with the alcohol pearl inks. I love how when the blue, the blue and the pink mix, it turns into the purple swirls. Now originally I was going to use the same rainbow colored gems as the colors in the card, but I like the black better. I think it ties in the black matte and the black around the Hello. Now if you guys notice, this Hello has a, what did they call it, a shadow? It did not come with this Hello. This Hello came from a Love Nicole word die set from AC Moore, and I wanted it to have a shadow. So I just stamped it out, or cut it out, and then I just lightly traced a line around it where I thought the shadow should be, and then I cut it out of cardstock. I actually sanded the edges of the cardstock with my sander eraser to smooth out, you know, if there were any rough edges from cutting it with the scissors. And then I decided it needed some gold because all of these have gold embossing powder on them. And I half dipped the word die by just lining up some Thermoed purple tape on it and heat embossing it twice. I also have some gold thread behind there. I think that really ties it in nice. And if you notice, these 3 panels, the tiles, came from the inlay of this card. So it worked out pretty good. I love how they have like gold veins going through them. And that's it, guys. So there will be a couple more cards, but I got to start moving on to the other things I have. I still have Altenew stamp sets to play with. I still have all the MFT stuff that just came, the Catherine Pooler stuff that's coming, plus I want to do more things with the Cabana tile dies. I'm not done with those yet. Let's go to this real quick. It's not it. I forgot all about this. Just show this to you guys real quick. Let's try right here. So, for the giveaway, I want you to leave me in the comments below if you like to alcohol ink or if you've never used alcohol ink before. If you have used it and you like to do it, what's your favorite technique? And what would you like to see more of on my channel? I do want to know that. What would you like to see more of? So that's what you need to tell me. If you use alcohol inks, whether or not you like to use them, and what your favorite technique is. And if you can remember, try to let me know what you'd like to see more of on the channel. Today is technically Friday. These will be posted on Friday, so a week from this Saturday, I will pick the winner the week that I'm in Delaware. How about that? You guys have that long. That turned out good. See, guys? It's hit and miss. I really like the way that came out. Let me give you an exact date, guys. You have until April 14th at midnight. Look at this. See? That's why I didn't want to use the good bone folder. I'm always messing up my toys. So April 14th at midnight is the close for the giveaway. And I will see you guys. Oh, do you want to know your prize? Duh. Seeing as how I've had so much difficulty with the alcohol inks, with the making of the video and everything else, I decided that a lucky person will get a set of alcohol inks. And we have the set here that is Flamingo, Patina, and Amethyst. And also a brand new, ignore the fact that it's unripped or unwrapped. Riley must have unwrapped it when she saw it sitting on my desk. It is brand new though. Look, I'll even show you. Brand new pad. You also get the Alcohol Lift ink pad. And I will also throw in some of the Dollar Tree poster board so you guys can try it out with your alcohol inks. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the two-part video. I didn't want to make one video too long, and I'm glad I did it that way, because looking at this video, it's already 37 minutes in. Really got to do something about this, guys. So I will see you soon. See you in the next video, and I hope everybody's having a great spring. Bye-bye.